Good morning, 5:59 a.m. The varsity called me up. I'll be playing for the varsity today. And at work, that means that people will laugh at me. At my work, there are people who volunteer to work with students and our wrestling team locally. And when we say our team, one of the ideas that people love is that we can join teams virtually. So the Eagles fans around here feel this great exuberance or sorrow when the Eagles lose, because that's us. So we join the team, and from some distance we live vicariously through others. So the local high school boys wrestling team were phenomenal, and there are people who volunteer to coach, and all that is actually people who are in the team, the boys, and then the coaches who are in the team. They're actually on the floor doing work. And then there are people in the stands who just really want to support and feel like they are invested. And that's part of this human story that when you read a book or when someone tells a story, you join in your mind into their adventure, and we live vicariously with each other. And it's such a big part of our lives, but it's hidden and it's almost subconscious that we care about what others are doing, and we're with them in spirit. And these spirits that move across, and Vanderklay is talking about spirits, but with you in spirit, I feel for you. That idea that we're joined in some mysterious way, and it's humanity, it's the way things work. So the guys at work, guys are brutal. Guys we don't hug each other. We punch each other in the gut. And it's not literally. Although occasionally a guy will get a little wound up. But the idea of teasing and poking each other, it's part of the other human experience, that you want to see a person's heart. Can you love me for who I am? So when somebody teases you and says something slightly difficult to test the relationship, is the relationship like thin ice? Can I stand? Will it take testing, or will it crash? So I'm wearing my varsity shirt, so the guys will act like, oh, you've really accomplished a lot. You've put on the varsity shirt. You're now at another level. And I'll be doing exactly the same things I did before. And it's some kind of tease to see if the relationship can stand stress. And stress is a big part of life. We stress each other to see if love holds. Or are we going to hate each other? So the whole world is based on this love. And how did I even get there? I was just telling you about the varsity shirt, and the students locally had a great season. There were some state champions in our local high school. They had a big parade where the fire trucks went through the local community just to say, way to go, students. And it's part of the beauty of the world. We want to encourage each other. Sports in some way has become one of our kind of idols. We really look to that for heroes and and to note accomplishment. But the real accomplishment isn't just games. The real accomplishment is these people who go and play on the ground all the games that keep the world moving. And at work, people do hard work all day long so that in some way all people can have some sort of comfort. They sacrifice their comfort so that you can flush a toilet. So people make parts and install parts so that you, when you have to go to the bathroom, don't have to go outside. And there's this whole underlying foundational work that's done by all kinds, just zillions of people behind the scenes, working hard and sacrificing so that the whole world can be lifted. So the idea that I'm continuing to work on is, on a pyramid scheme, you have the person on top, and it might be the pharaoh. And he receives glory and gold. He's on the top. He's wealthy. He also receives a lot of women, young women, gold, power, influence. And then all the way down, some sort of lesser rewards all the way down until you're on the bottom and you're some kind of slave. And you're actually building pyramids for this guy who isn't doing the work, but has some charismatic leadership qualities that make people all the way down punish the people below them or yell at them to do work. It's part of the world is the unseen slaves do all this work. So, and God bless them, because so in the Bible, the whole idea that one day the last shall be first and the roles will be reversed. It's something that's got to be true, because so that's one of the things I'm working on. What is this idea that the first shall be last? Is it true that the first should be first? In this world, it can only be that the first shall be first and the last shall be last. The slave shall serve me. That's actually the way the world works. And the idea that we can free the slave is people suspect that we got to keep lots of people down low to carry the weight of the world. So the biblical idea that one day the last shall be first, the people who have suffered shall be renewed, they shall be healed. So I'm going to keep this one short. I have to do today. I keep saying I'm going to do a guitar video. I saw yesterday, so the videos I watched so far, I watched a little bit of Griswold, Gaius Grimm. Grimm is doing a video on Papa Peterson and Brett Weinstein. So Weinstein, they're talking about a Chinese invasion and various things. Weinstein, a evolutionary biologist. Peterson, a psychologist, professor of psychology or whatever. And they had a discussion. I watched a little bit of Grimm talking about it. Yesterday I watched a video of Dire Straits guy. I said his name earlier. But he had a video of guitar playing, and it was just a short clip, very short, and he wanted to tell people that if you want to play guitar, you've got to work very hard at very small things, and he just showed an E minor. So the E minor, you're playing 2 notes. You're holding 2 notes, playing the rest of the strings. An E minor, he proceeded to play a little bit with the E minor. But his main point was, if you want to learn, you've got to take some very small things and work hard on small things until your fingers start cooperating. So when I say C, D, and G, and now I'm throwing in E minor and A minor, those 5 chords, getting your fingers to cooperate, that they can go at a measured pace and grab the chord, because you need to get your fingers from E minor to A minor to D, or G to E minor to D in tempo. So I have to do another guitar video. Here's my rambling about The varsity calling me up about living vicariously through others, which we do, no doubt. Go to an Eagles game and see if a lot of people aren't feeling like that brutal hit that Kelsey just gave, that they feel like they are part of it. Or the boys winning a championship, that their support was critical. We live vicariously. We also sacrifice. We give money to our high school in Texas. They pay for tickets to watch the game. So there's this real support and this vicarious living of lives through others. And then what do we do with those who are on the bottom and receive no credit for carrying the whole pyramid? And guitar. So that's it for now.